So this is what we kindly refer to as the unit. The unit is a 1991 International 4700 Medflight Ambulance. This ambulance was in service for about 15 years for Medflight Boston. So transporting critically ill patients all over Boston for about 15 years. Then was retired and used as a service truck for the next 15 years. Then it ended up in my hands here. All the lights on here have been cut or taken off or blacked out per safety rules. Alright, so under the hood here is an International DT360 Turbo. This is one of the first years of the DT engines, and it's bulletproof. This thing is rated for at least 500,000 miles before a rebuild. This truck is just at under 200,000 on the odometer. We don't know what the idle time is on this truck, and that's just something especially you got to look out for on the ambulances. So we'll move on to the cab here. The cab, we have stripped down the seats a little bit because we have a rust issue on the floor, and we're going to be having that replaced this weekend. So currently we've got a camp chair. Move it around. This is what the interior looks like. We've got a rust issue right on the floor here, and that continues down under the driver's footwell there. That will all be replaced this weekend with a whole new sheet of metal. This is the ambulance panel. We still got all the fire department channels on here, but a lot of this interior space here is just going to be cleaned up, painted, and put back together. So this is, we've got a little mess of wires right here, but I'll be building a center console right in this area to house all those wirings and give us some additional cup holders as well as storage space. We don't have a pass-through on this cab. We only have a window right here for comm back and forth, but there's no walk-through there. Moving on down the truck, we've got our first set of cabinets here. Now these are super heavy-duty cabinets, all time and plate inside. So this is where a generator would sit, and then right up in here you have your battery charger, you have a vacuum pump, and then a few other electronics in there. You also have lights that should automatically come on when you open these cabinets, but those have also been cut as well. So I actually will be looking to reconnect those, so when you open these cabinets, lights come back on. As we move down, we've got a small tool tray right here. This is going to be a outdoor cooking station. Plan to have a little grill on here, a little outdoor food prep area. And then moving down, we've got our first of two big double cabinets here. So this is the bigger of the two cabinets. Originally oxygen tanks and stuff was stored in here. Then something that's not stock to this ambulance but was done by the previous owner is a ladder and a roof rack. We'll go up there later, but that's there. Got our two big double doors here. Still an ambulance inside. We'll take a look in there a little bit later. We'll keep walking this way and open this second tall cabinet here. Again, more gear storage. This was for a backboard in here originally, I believe. And so all this shelving, all the carpets coming off the shelving, we'll recode all of that. But again, more lights in there that aren't coming on when I open the door. So this is your main side entrance right here. Follow me inside. So to start off, we've got a shelving unit right inside the door here. I think this is going to stay like this, and I'll just recoat all the shelves and maybe do a little door across the front there. But then when you come inside here, you've got your main electrical panel up here. You've got more storage right here. So in here is where all of your electrical connections will be, all of your fuses, all the controls for the ambulance are all housed in here, then just additional shelving down there. Again, sadly no pass-through on this thing, so usually on these medium-duty trucks, you just have a window to talk through to the driver, but there are kits out there that I could do a full pass-through for, but not sure if it's worth it for this one. You've got a jump seat right here with a heating and cooling blower unit right underneath. I think I'm just going to leave this right in place so I don't mess with the heating and cooling system. You also get air coming out of here as well. You have a comm system back here, and then you have a whole bunch of lighting. I'm going to do all LED lights in here. Reason I don't have those on right now is because I have the power disconnected for working in the cab. This is the main control panel for the box back here, where you can control all the lights, the climate, and oxygen. This panel is going to come out. I'm going to remount the switches that I do need, but I'm going to take this out just to give myself a little bit more counter space right here. Most of the panels are still intact here. Obviously some were broken and replaced with wood. Some are broken and I still need to replace. And then as we move over here, this unit, storage unit right here, is not original. This was done by one of the previous owners here. I'm going to rip that out soon so I have access to the other side of the bench right here, which actually has a decent amount of storage underneath. You have about 6 inches of additional storage space under there. Again, all of these cabinets are still intact, which is nice. And then moving over here, we have additional storage that actually opens up to the rear tall compartment to the outside there. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that space yet, but that's super helpful in this ambulance. Moving over here, I have just a quick little pass through here. It looks like it was a needle dump or something. Going to have to find a cool little use for that. So then coming up to the top here, we've got a beautifully done roof rack done by the previous owner actually. I'm going to finish the top by putting a platform down on top of it, and so it becomes a little bit of a usable deck up here. But got some room for solar panels on the top here, and then I have room for a roof basket on top of the cab there. So, hey, thanks for checking the video out. I hope you enjoy it and decide to follow along on our journey here. We've got a ton of awesome plans with this, and we'll update you on it every week. So make sure to press the subscribe button to make sure you stay up to date on all the videos. Press the like and leave a comment. Let us know how we're doing, what you want to see, or if you have any suggestions for this build.